Hello everyone, welcome to the Content Bite to my YouTube channel. So guys, let's answer a question that is a bit sensitive here in South Africa. A lot of you are watching the news, of course. You are seeing what is happening in South Africa regarding immigration. Now, South Africa is a very well-to-do type of economy on the continent. I think we rank #1 or something like that on the continent, and as a result of that, it has attracted people from other African countries to South Africa for greener pastures. However, though, there are a lot of challenges that are going on in South Africa. Over 60% of the youth in South Africa are unemployed. That's over 5 million youth are not working in South Africa, but the overall unemployment rate is sitting at 33.5%, which is the highest or one of the highest in the world. And because of all those things, clearly the tax pool is also very small. I mean, South Africa does everything that it can to provide and make sure that the people of South Africa are put first. But in recent days, recent years, let me put it this way, there seems to be a shift away from putting South Africans first, but more than anything, illegal foreigners that enter South Africa, they're now using the Constitution of the Republic of South Africa to basically beat South Africans into submission. Now, the question that we are asking as South African citizens is, how is it possible that a lawbreaker has rights and those rights have to be protected instead of them being held criminally liable according to our immigration laws, including our criminal justice system and policies? But turns out the wrong people is always the South African citizens that are asking questions about who these people are, what are they doing here, and why suddenly we are having a scourge of crimes that have never been South African crimes before. I mean, some of these people come from war-torn zones, and some of them, they may have been child soldiers or soldiers themselves in the countries that they have run away from, and they are utilizing military-style crimes in South Africa. South Africans in general, probably excluding the whites that were brought up under the apartheid system, where if you turned 18, you were conscripted, I think that's the word, conscripted into the army and served there for X number of years. But us, the black ones in South Africa, we were never conscripted to the army. We are not military trained. I don't think we know anything when it comes to military, and you are having an influx of people coming from war-torn areas, some of whom, as I said, may have been soldiers or child soldiers, and they have all these tactics, and they are showing us flames, and I mean literal flames here. And now, one of the things that South Africans are highly concerned about is the healthcare sector. Now, I have explained this before, that South Africa has two systems of healthcare. You have the private and you also have the public. The public is free. Yes, it is funded by the taxpayer, so there's nothing for free at the end of the day. However, a poor South African can walk into a public hospital or a public clinic, irrespective of what ailment they have or maybe an operation, they will get the help and they will be out of there without paying a cent. Now, this has also attracted a lot of our fellow Africans on the continent who have variety of diseases and viruses coming to South Africa because they know they are going to get free health care. And now, everybody, those that are your Pan-Africanists, they don't understand how the little resources that South Africans have, now we have to share with people that not supposed to be here, supposed to be holding their governments accountable, changing their governments through ballot box. But instead of doing that, they are running away. And I'm not sure how that helps, but they seem to think that running away is a solution, and then they become a burden on South Africans. Now, South Africans have gotten to a point where they will go to a public hospital, and when they get there, almost the entire continent is there. And you have to stand in a queue and wait your turn to see a doctor. Now, the problem is some of these guys, they don't follow the rules. No consideration. They have no compassion for another person. It's all about them. So what do? They take out money to cut the line, see the doctor first, and then off on their merry way with medication for their treatment. While a South African citizen who is not used to taking out money so that they can see a doctor, suddenly we're having all this type of corruption resulting with the South African citizen. By the time they get as close to the door of the doctor, they get told, oh, you're gonna have to come back next month because we've run out of medication. Now a South African will have to go borrow money so that they can buy their medication at a pharmacy. Something that we are not used to. We are used to walking to a clinic, get the help that we need, get the medication, and off we go home to get treatment. But now all of that is gone. And why? Because illegal foreigners have come to South Africa, and the government itself has no interest, whether political or human interest, in the people that voted for them to put them first. And whenever the South African citizens are talking and asking questions, they get labeled as xenophobic. So now what do South Africans have to do? So some South Africans have taken upon their hands, using the very same constitution, to say, hey, this is what the constitution say about citizenship. This is what the constitution say about immigration. And now they are implementing Section 17 of the Constitution that basically speaks of the sovereignty of South Africa, which clearly has been compromised, probably even sold off. And there's Operation Dudula, who is at public hospitals and clinics, blocking any illegal foreigner from entering to get treatment. They are putting South Africans first. Once South Africans are done, well, they can go through if they have to. However, in recent days, they've decided that anybody that is an illegal foreigner who has critical condition can go through, get the treatment, but immediately the treatment has been administered, there should be an immigration officer to arrest them and deport them back to their country. Sounds fair to me. Oh, better yet, because they've also taken the stance of disrespecting the people of South Africa, calling us lazy, calling us stupid, uneducated. By the way, South Africa has the best education system on the continent. 15 of our universities are ranked top-notch in the world, and about 95% of South Africans are literate. They are educated. But because of the disrespect they throw at us, South Africans are saying, not in our name no more. We exercised Ubuntu, we accepted you even though we don't know who you are, and this is the thanks that we get. And now they are asking them to go. And that is why now you are seeing what you are seeing in the news. However, I do speak on this matter extensively on this channel right here. Please go to the channel there and you will hear a more in-depth opinions of my own there. And then you get to understand what is actually going on in South Africa. Listen, South Africans have no problem with immigration or immigrants or foreigners. South Africans only have a problem with illegal foreigners, those that are not documented. Because when they commit crimes, who are we going to hold responsible? If I get unalived, they broke into my house without using gloves or covering their faces, because they know they're not in the population registry with their fingerprints and other biometrics, who are you going to say committed a crime of unaliving me? That means my family will never get justice, because the investigations are just going to end there without any leads. So those are the things that we are talking about and fighting, that people that enter South Africa should do so legally, so that we know who they are should they commit a crime, and know exactly how to get them. If they do escape, of course, they become fugitives. And then we alert Interpol and other treaties that we have signed with other countries that if a person is a fugitive, they can place them under arrest and hand them over to the South African authorities. That is all that South Africans want. Everybody is welcome to South Africa, whether you are here to work, whether you are here for pleasure or leisure, or you are here to become a full-time resident. You have that privilege to do that, and we welcome it 100%. It's the crime part. And also, when we get disrespected, we know what remedies to get. So that is exactly what's happening in South Africa in a nutshell. Again, go to my other channel, Clancy's podcast. That is where you are going to hear more stuff that I talk about regarding this matter. So I thought, because here as well we talk about South Africa, let me let you in, and so that you understand what actually is happening. It's pretty much what Donald Trump is trying to do. It's that Donald Trump is more hands-on regarding this matter rather than how South Africa is handling it. Well, I will leave it right here, and please don't leave the video without liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing, and I'll see you next time with a new video. Goodbye.